Black people and people of color deal with systemic racism on a daily basis versus white people not having to deal with that because systems that we operate within serve white people and have historically. So
would you say that it would be okay then if a bunch of, like German students or English students said we want a white people lounge? Would that be okay?
It doesn't really matter to me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Andrew Says. I'm here with TV's Lincoln J back at Trent University. And the goal here today, Lincoln, is to find the People of Color Lounge. I don't even like saying it, but it is a BIPOC lounge for decolonization, de-radicalization, every D thing you can think about. And we're going to find out if we can get in, Lincoln J. Let's go. We're back undercover, as you can see. Lincoln's got his backpack. I've got Juice WRLD on, no mic flag. We're in the belly of the beast here, Lincoln. We can't exactly just go in guns blazing because we could be kicked out anytime from campus. Now, last time we saw some shirtless bros, some soccer players, you name it. But this time school's in full effect and we've got to be careful if we want to get in and be accepted into the lounge. I just want everyone to know the stuff I do for Rebel News Plus. I'm about to walk up this ramp service, vehicle only ramp. There's no stopping me, Lincoln. I'm wild. Now, normally, you'd think you could get some water from this nice river here at the campus. But what you don't know is for the last 30 years at Camp Lejeune, people have been poisoned. If you or your family members were poisoned at Camp Lejeune, please call the number below.
If you spent time on base at Camp Lejeune prior to 1988 and developed any of these cancers or suffered any of these injuries, you may be eligible for significant financial compensation.
Lincoln seems to think this might be the lounge. I'm not sure. This could be anything. This could be a dungeon. This could be, the campus blank center. It's locked. We're going to die down here. What exactly? Can we ask you a question? No? Okay, where are you going? Come back. Where are you going? Personally, Lincoln, I'm glad that we've got to a point in society where LGBT graffiti is now the norm. Without this, how do we know how queer Trent really is? Come on, honestly. All right, Lincoln, we infiltrated the TSA Freedom Lounge. What appears to be white passing people in there. I think that's against the rules, but nobody had any problems with us being there. No security at the door or anything. I've got my diversity, inclusivity, and equity literature. I'm gonna go through that now. BIPOC is a newer term. Black, Indigenous, People of Color. Black and Indigenous people are emphasized in this acronym to reflect the disproportionate oppression both Black and Indigenous communities experience in North America. We're asking people about the Freedom Lounge. Have you heard of it? No, it's a center for people of color and Indigenous people. I just want to get word on how you guys feel about that. If it's exclusionary, if it's the right thing to do. Do you have any opinion on that?
I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I can answer or not.
Can I see that?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I'm a white guy, right? So how am I? I'm not equipped to tell you if people of color feel like they need that space. If they do feel like it, then power to them.
Would you be in favor of a white people space, or why is that?
Because that sounds close to white supremacy.
But let's say it's a black people space. Is that okay then?
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm probably not the person to answer these questions.
No, you are the person. You seem very smart, very well spoken.
But I mean, just first thought that comes to my mind, black people and people of color deal with systemic racism on a daily basis versus white people not having to deal with that because systems that we operate within serve white people and have historically. So
we were just there. It's the lounge for BIPOC. I don't know if you know what that stands for. Black, Indigenous, People of Color. So it's supposed to be basically a lounge for everybody who's not white. Do you have any opinion on that? Do you think it's necessary, discriminatory? How do you feel about that?
I think it feels alright to me. I mean, Trent's basically an all racial school, and since I've been here, there hasn't been any form of racism towards anybody of color here. So I think having a lounge like that would be benefit everybody of color. So
Would you say that it would be okay then if a bunch of, like German students or English students said we want a white people lounge? Would that be okay?
it doesn't really matter to me.
So you're okay with anybody having any lounge they want, basically?
Yeah, basically. I mean, if we're free to have our own lounge, I mean, why can't anyone like Germans or anyone like that have their own lounge? So
Very cool. Thanks, man. Now, Lincoln, if I was to predict to you that white kids would have a problem with white people having a lounge and say everything's systemic racism, and then what I assume, I don't want to assume too hardly there, but I think that guy was Native. I have a lot of Native friends. And he had no problem with anybody having their own lounge. So I think that's something I should have just predicted at the outset. Pretty obvious in 2022, especially on a college campus. We have to be progressive, Lincoln. We have to be. Thanks for watching another episode of Andrew Says on YouTube. If you want the full uncut version of this video and the show, you have to go to rebelnewsplus.com. Lincoln J will be there. He'll be pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion only on rebelnews.com.